Hi, I'm Brianna, and these are your bullet points. If you didn't already know, April 9th was a teacher planning day. But this teacher planning day went a little bit different than usual because of the school administration brought in the Kentucky State Police Department and had them go through an active shooting training with the teachers. What they did is they had the teachers put into different classrooms throughout the entire school, and the police shot off a bunch of blanks, and the teachers had to figure out what they were going to do and what the plan was. A lot of my teachers told me that even though they knew it was training, that they were still very scared and that the blanks were very, very loud and frightening. While school shootings are a very sensitive subject for most people, it is still something that we constantly need to be prepared for. Columbine, a school name that we all know too well. A school that was tragically one of the worst school shootings in history, and exactly today is the 20th anniversary of it. And while it did happen so long ago and there have been even worse school shootings, that doesn't mean that we forget about it or that it matters any less. Did you know if you type in the letters COL into a Google search bar that the third thing that comes up that thinks you're trying to search is Columbine? 13 people were killed that day and over 20 were injured. And everyone in the school was beyond scared as they tried to comprehend if they were ever going to go home again. And Columbine is a very tragic thing, but on a lighter note, it has brought out a few good things. For example, the Friends of Rachel Club, and just overall awareness of school shootings. It is hard to talk or even think about Columbine High School, but in today's world, we can never stop talking about Columbine.
I'm Lexi, and this is your Red Zone Sports Report. Baseball is back again with another Red Zone Sports Report coverage. The Chargers are a solid 8-2 and are making a name for themselves. It goes to show that only having 3 seniors on the roster isn't hurting the team. It also doesn't hurt that over spring break at Wild World Sports, the team smoked the number 4 team in New Jersey with a score of 12-1. Junior Garrett Simpson threw a straight 5 innings and only having 1 run out of those innings. Way to go, Garrett. Traveling back at home, they played district rival J-Town and won 4-2. These solid wins have helped raise their standings in the 6th region. Congrats to the baseball team on their major wins and other ones as well. They are scheduled to play another district rival team, Whitfield Academy, Thursday, April 15th at Whitfield at 5:30. What's spring weather without a few cancellations in sports? The track and field team took their first meet at Central High School on March 31st. They competed in the Lenny Lyles Invitational. According to Coach Rayleigh, senior Meredith Thornsberry set a new PR for herself at this meet, along with an awesome accomplishment from Meredith. The first to place on the team was senior AJ Moss, placing in both 200 and 300 meter dash. Many people also placed, like Emily Tonelli, Matthew Bohr, and Luke Gentry. I give props to all those runners because it sure isn't easy. Good luck to our track and field team at the next meet on Wednesday, April 18th here at Bullitt East. Now onto the Red Zone scoreboard.
Hey, I'm Austin, and welcome to Electoral Dysfunction. If you haven't heard by now, it would be a surprise. Mark Zuckerberg in many interviews claimed that Facebook had done a wonderful job protecting the user's personal data and information from outside parties, as in no one can track what you do or when you do it. Although he made these promises many a time, here we are today. Zuckerberg went in front of Congress for 2 hours. He emerged unscathed from Tuesday's Senate committee hearing, and he did so in large part because most of the senators who asked him questions had no clue about how Facebook worked, what the solutions to its problems are, or even what they were trying to achieve by calling its CEO to testify. What Zuckerberg had to say was that he runs Facebook and takes responsibility for what happened, while at the same time denying selling data to advertisers and saying that the advertisers just give Facebook an audience that they want to reach, and they are just the ones who point them in the right direction. We'll soon see what happens with Facebook and the people who own it. The FBI raided the Rockefeller Center office and Park Avenue hotel room of President Trump's longtime personal lawyer, Michael D. Cohen, on Monday morning, seizing business records, emails, and documents related to several topics, including a payment to a pornographic film actress. President Trump was, of course, outraged by this, but not at his lawyer. He claimed that the fact that the FBI was investigating bank fraud was absurd, stating that it was a, quote, witch hunt, and that they had, quote, broken into Mr. Cohen's office. President Trump then called it a, quote, disgraceful situation and, quote, an attack on our country in a true sense. Let's hope all of this smooths out so we can get back to trying to help make our country a better place. Now here's to Andrew with Plugged In.
Thank you, Austin. Well, now it's time to start up our game consoles and get ready for Plugged In. In late 2018, prepared to have a new console in the world called the Atari VCS. The new console guarantees the PC experience for console players and will also bring back the oldest Atari classics like all the Persona classics and their spin-offs, but also play games that have the same type of compatibility from platforms as well. So expect some old classics and modern games together in the same console. When asked about the console, the CEO, Fred Chanis, stated, quote, "It's retro-inspired, but it's very much a modern device. The analogy I always use is like a Mini Cooper. It looks like it comes from the 70s, but it's a modern car. This does have everything a modern device would do," end quote. Well, one thing's for sure, this is definitely one way to level up in your gameplay.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Well, ever since April 2018 on the 13th, we might as well get ready to see a whole movie of Rampage that ain't from the Godzilla franchise this time. Wow. For the original arcade game Rampage, get ready to see old classics from the big screen as Dwayne Johnson teams up with our favorite giant gorilla smashing through the city. AKA minus building destruction into stories that try to turn some sense into emotion into it. Monsters fans cannot wait to see. In fact, one monster-loving fan has stated, quote, "The movie looks great. I can't wait to see even more giant monsters battles, especially with Dwayne Johnson in the movie," end quote. Will this game break the usual video game movies, or will it end up like the Super Mario Bros. Movie? We'll find out soon enough. Now it's time to return to the studio.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Lexi.
I'm Austin.
I'm Andrew.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next show.